I loved the bit when you took the bag off and your hair had changed. Well, obviously, we filmed the part where we were talking to Vinny Panettone much later, and like that, like the day before or something, maybe they were like, oh yeah, by the way, here's the document about today with all the information. And then the document, it said, wear the same clothes and style yourself the same as the original, like when you hit the body. And I was like, I don't even know what clothes I was wearing, but those were in the document. And I was like, okay, I think I can wear those. However, those jeans that I was wearing are very big on me now because I have lost some weight. So I had to wear a belt with them. And then, of course, my hair was a completely different color. And it was funny because I was like, I told my mods about it, and I was like, I don't even know if I know where my clothes are from that day, but I did end up finding at least the jeans and then the waterproof, but it was too warm to wear that. And then, so I was telling them about that, and then they were like, I don't know if it was Fav first or someone was like, also your hair's a completely different color. And I was like, it is. And I messaged Harry and I was like, so my hair is blue now instead of orange. And Harry was like, well, Matt can have fun trying to key that out. But then we just were like, whatever. A bit of time had passed. And also, there's a few comments on that YouTube video that are like, did you guys hide the body after that stuff that happened in Bristol where someone was hiding bodies? But we did it like the week before, basically, which Lewis already dated it by saying it was July or something. And then when that happened, we were like, what the fuck? And then, I was like, oh, we're gonna... Hopefully we don't get calls from the police that are like, hey, we saw you acting literally suspicious. When, I think it's in the extended members cut, which if you have $5 and you want to binge like a ton of members content and then you can unmembership after that, there's 3 videos for the members and one of them is an extended one. And I think in the extended one I talk about it, but basically it was like when Dav threw the body out in front of me and Duncan, there was a lady that had stopped, that was jogging, and she stopped because Dav's car pulled up. And they threw the body out essentially next to her. And then they drove away, and she just, like, stood there for a moment and then kept jogging. And it was very much like, listen, like, I didn't see shit. She didn't say anything, but I bet she's like, I didn't see shit. But also, I think when you have a film crew with you, I think you can probably get away with actually anything. Not to give anybody ideas or anything like that. But yeah, because Hat Films, I feel like Hat Films was acting really suspicious. And they were like kicking that body down the fucking stairs and stuff. And yeah, I think also people didn't realize Pierre, who was walking behind Pyrian and Lewis, and they were like, look at that poor random guy here overhearing Lewis and Pyrian's conversation. Once walked into a tunnel, there was a guy in a gas mask with a bat and another one lying on the floor, and I was really scared until I saw the third guy with the camera. Yup. It was funny. It was definitely something. I think that I had some, like, autism about it, because I think I wasn't able to get into the, like, mind... I wasn't able to get in, like, the headspace, sort of. Because I was, like, trying to figure out if I was supposed to pretend that it was a human body, because it wasn't, it was a bear. Or if I was supposed to, like, acknowledge that it was a bear or what I was supposed to do, which I don't think is a big deal. But I was very... I think when I was trying to settle in my mind what I was supposed to... how I was supposed to view it, I was getting confused on how I was supposed to, like, treat the situation. Because what we ended up doing was basically, like, entirely Duncan's idea. And I was like, I think in that situation, the spur of the moment stuff is really good, but I was like, man, I wish I would have had longer to actually think about what was happening. It was hide the body, so it was probably supposed to be pretend it's a body. Well, we had no information at all, and they didn't really offer us any information. So, like, basically, they told us to show up at the office at a date and a time, and, they were like, we'll drive you somewhere. And we were like, okay. And then they got us in an Uber, and they drove us to where our locations were. And then they were like, okay, something will happen and you have to react to it. And I was like, okay. So I'm like looking all over the place. And where we were, there was some construction going on somewhere. Like down the street. And I was like, is there gonna be like a flash mob or something like that? I think this was not just like them not planning well. I think it was literally we were not supposed to know anything so that we could really act like on the spot, sort of. And so I was like, is there gonna be like a dance flash mob, or like is someone gonna do something weird in front of us and then we're gonna have to remember exactly what happened? Like, will someone ride by on a horse and then someone's juggling 3 colored balls and then someone else is like saying a coffee order and like a million things, and then they say, okay, name everything that you remember that happened right now. So I was like anticipating something like that for some reason. And so then when Dav drove up in a car with a balaclava on and dumped a body out in front of us, and then the other part of it was they had recorded Tom Bates and played a recording over the phone to us on that Nokia. And first of all, I can't understand that fucking accent and voice that Tom was doing. And second of all, I couldn't understand because it was an old-ass phone and it was on speakerphone and other shit was happening. So if you look at my face, I'm just like, what the fuck is anyone saying? I don't understand. So it was really funny. Yeah. Sorry, Vinny Panettone. I did not understand at all what Tom was saying. And same thing when we were in that room, sorry, with Vinny. When we were in that room with Vinny, and I was like, I have no idea what this guy is saying. Like, what's he even saying? His outfit was great. Yeah. I thought part 2 was a bit when you said that. Wait, which part? I had no idea what was going on. I had no idea. Oh, that when I said I don't understand what he's saying, is he speaking English? I had no idea. No, I literally was like... Well, I knew he was speaking English, but I did not understand what he was saying, so... That part was at least, real.